My name is Nicole Daniels, and I'm currently a nursing student at the University of Bridgeport. I work at St. Vincent's Hospital as a certified nursing assistant, and I own a business, Central Health Uniform, selling scrubs. And I'm a mom and a foster mom.
That's a lot of titles.
That is. It is, yes it is. I'm per diem right now because I started at the University of Bridgeport in the BSN program, and I realized after a while how hard it was, like how much energy it took from me, how much I needed to focus. I was hired at 24 hours, but right now I asked my manager and she allowed me to go down to per diem as needed so that I can take the time out to do everything else that I have to do. Having my own business, it's taxing on my mind, on my body, but it is very rewarding and it's exciting, and I love doing what I do. The thing about healthcare that's appealing to me is the fact that I'm able to help people. It's very sad when, elderly are unable to have family there or with them, or people go through things, people who get their legs amputated or who are sick, they go through so many emotions. And so what I do is not only in healthcare, but what I realized getting into healthcare was before healthcare. Family, friends, people, I was always the person that they would call on for that help, for that type of help. So I thought, what better way to fulfill the need for me to help other people, because that's it's kind of a bad thing about me. I just want to help. I just give my all, even when I don't have enough of me to give, I give myself. And healthcare fulfilled that need for me most. I think it comes from my mom. It comes from my mom because as I was growing up, we had family members living with us. She's like the big mama of the family. We've had like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and she's always bringing the family together and always helping other people. So I get it from her. It kind of just rubbed off on me. Yes, I do have brothers and sisters. But from my mother and my father, I'm the only person that they made together. However, my mother has had two other children, which are my two brothers, Donald and Brent. And then my father has had other children, my two sisters, Rhonda and Julia, and then my brother, Ronald Jr. So they're all my brothers. But my brother, Donald and Brent, their father has had other children. And so their sister and brother, because they're my brother, I call that's like my extended family. So yeah, lots of siblings.
And are you the glue between?
I'm the glue. Exactly. It's true. I perfectly put it. I'm getting called 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting called, come over right now. I'm getting, when I was getting my ex-husband's sister's children out of foster care, I'd be at work and I'd get this phone call. They want to commit the children to the state. What to do? And I would just get up and leave work. And I worked in Norwalk and I had to drive to Bridgeport. Anything like that. Like I'm the girl.
So lucky to have you.
Thank you. No, I actually started as a homemaker companion through a company called Ari Care. And that you don't really need a license to be a homemaker companion. You spend your time with the elderly, with the client. You spend your time with the client at their residence. So that's what I did for a while at first. And then I joined the Healthcare Academy, and they had like this awesome week of all these workshops, and I learned a lot about myself there, the type of personality I had, how I learned. There were so many different things involved with that. And from there, I went to get my nursing assistant license certification. So I did that. And once I did that, I still was at ARICare. St. Vincent's is my second job in the healthcare, officially in the healthcare field. So, and then I just do that now. Yeah. I love working there. How I feel working at St. Vincent's, pretty much it's an awesome environment. I love the dynamics of the working with the different patients. The people are awesome. My manager is super understanding. The pay is, when I started, I was getting $13 or something like that. But there's shift differentials as well. So if you work on the weekend, you get like an extra $1.13. If you work on the evening shift, you get like an extra $2 and something on the weekend. So if I had to take my base pay plus the shift differential right now, even though I started at 13, right now I'm making about $18 and some change.
And is there benefits?
As a part-time employee, yes, there are benefits. As a per diem employee, no, there are no benefits. So you have to get all that medical and everything on your own. But working for the company, working at St. Vincent's is fine. Yeah. Sure. During school, I go to school Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So Tuesdays I have my clinicals at Bridgeport Hospital. Mondays I have class from 9:30 in the morning. So I get up. Of course, we got to get the kids together. They have to be to school by 8:50. The latest is 9. So we get them up, we get them out. We wake up about 6 o'clock in the morning. We get food, we take showers. The girls have their own routine. Oh, it's Christine's turn to go first. No, it's Kaylin's turn to go first. It's Danielle's. They have their own thing. They got who takes a shower first, and then they do all of that. They eat, they get dressed, they might play. Then by 9 they're at school. 9:30 I'm at school. I go to class from 9 to 10:45. 10:45 I'm out. From 10:45 to 1:30 I really have a block of time to do pretty much nothing if I wanted to, but I'll take that time and I may have an appointment, or I may study, or I may come here and work on my scrubs, or I may work on selling, bringing something to a customer or something. I have like this block of time, and then from 1:30 to 2:45 I'm back in class, a different class. And 2:45 the kids get out of school at 3. So 2:45 I'm out of school, I'm going to get the kids, and then we're starting dinner, we're home, or they'll come here and I'll just hash out studying. I'll just knock chapters out. And at night I'm a night person, so I knock all my chapters out at night. I really like to read and focus. I'll turn my phone down because I can't be bothered with customers and I can't be bothered with people. So I hash out my school stuff when after school at night. And then of course, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm at work. I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 to 11, and then on Sunday I'm at church. I go to the Kingdom Hall every week since the beginning of January, because that's when the semester started. This is gonna go on until April. I normally have a truck, and I go to the flea market in New Haven on Saturdays and Sundays, and so all of that busyness will slow down because I'm not going to be working on per diem, so my schedule is what I make it. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday I won't be doing that. Saturday and Sunday, however, I'll be at the flea market, so I'll have some more time, free time, to work on other things. But I'll still be in school. I'll still have my school schedule. Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays will still be packed up pretty good. The kids are still going to be in school, but I'm gonna slow down in April. I was trying to take it a little easier in April. Yeah. I want to be a nurse informaticist. So I have a degree in computer information systems. I'm taking my bachelor's of science in nursing. I'm gonna combine the two, and I'm going to go into nursing informatics. So I can be yes, a nurse informaticist is someone who deals with the computer side of nursing. So nursing is all about, to be honest, documenting. You have to document what you did. You have to document the medication. You have to document the care that you gave. If you don't document it, when a doctor goes in, or someone on the healthcare team goes into this patient's medical record to take a look at what's been done, how are they drinking, what's input, what's output, what's going on with them. They won't know if it was not documented. So a lot of times, I actually had a nurse practitioner tell me that when she got into nursing, she never realized how much she was going to be on a computer. And she wanted something, she asked me to actually invent something to where she can get more person-to-person contact instead of, okay, so you're sick? Okay, this person's sick. Where's the pain? Left lower quadrant of the abdominal area? She just never, she's up till, she's at 3 o'clock in the morning. She wanted something where it could be verbalized and that information of the patient, that subjective information could be entered into the computer somehow, and she can do what she likes to do, which is to touch and to palpate and auscultate and all those good things. Computer work. And that's what it is. It's pretty much me just making sure that they're able to document efficiently, that what they need to input is put in, where they need to input is at a convenient place for them. Like, let's say if they need to do weights, but the weights is in some other tab. So they find it where inputting this piece of information would be easier if it was here instead of here. So I would go in and I would work on things like that. Just the computer side of nursing, pretty much the nurse informaticist. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I had the degree in computers. I know that I'm always helping people. Nursing is literally nursing. Think of nursing a mother, caring for someone. Computers, caring, and I Googled something and I said, that's a thing. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. And that's just how it came about. There's been a lot of bumps in the road. A lot. So no, I'm not doing it in the time I want. I'm supposed to graduate 2020, but I'm not graduating 2020 because of situation with my ex-husband. He was an alcoholic and he drank all the time and he was not holding on to the kids, and he would come in late arguing on, it seemed like only on days that I had to take a test. Only those days that I had to take a test and had something huge going on, some project to complete, to where he'd come in drunk and cause this big commotion, but and then at the same time I wasn't always focused. I used to party, used to hang out a lot, waste time, and so I was a roadblock to myself and he was a roadblock. And with the children, they're able to see the fact that, I'm focusing on something good. I keep academics A1 priority in my house. I don't allow anybody to bring home any grades that are crazy. And if they do, I try to help them, when they see me study, mommy studying, you study. Bumps in the road was him coming home, being drunk, not allowing me to really study and focus. I had to drop out of the semester last year. I was so upset about it because I don't really fail at much. I try not to fail at anything. And I put that in my mind that I am resilient, that I am successful, that I am goal-oriented, and I'm motivated. So to have to drop out with a person with my personality hurt me a lot. But he was one of my roadblocks. Not only that, I have another son. So I have 5 children. 3 are mine, Nicholas, Nathan, and Kaylin. And 2 are my foster children from my previous marriage. So Nathan he's the rough one. He was also a roadblock to the point where, not a roadblock, but something that I had to make adjustments so that I can do what I needed to do. So I sent him to Georgia with his father. And he's staying there while I'm in school. And actually, I want him back. I miss my baby, so he might just be coming back this summer. But so those, and there were so many things, friends, family, so many roadblocks, and again, myself, just hanging out and partying and not really being focused on myself or what I really wanted to do, or maybe just not being sure of what I wanted to do, I think. So I felt like I had time. But now it's crunch time. There is no more time. I'm 33 years old. I'll be 34 next year. I'm sorry, 34 in a couple of months. Oh gosh, it's a big number. I just don't have any more time to do what I was doing, and it's just time to make sure that I buckle down and get it done. I need my certification in, I need my BLS, Basic Life Support certification. I need my CPR. Well, that is CPR, so the next level up. I needed to make sure that I was well versed in how to take blood glucose, to use the blood glucose monitoring machine. I needed to make sure that I knew how to test stool for blood, the hemocolt test. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you have to be well versed in, and a lot of additional certifications that I needed to get. So yeah, but that to me, I do good with tests. I'm a good test. I love school. I know I'm crazy. I love school. I absolutely love it. If I could go to school forever, I would. And it sounds weird, but it's the truth. I've been in school my whole life, and I love it. I love it. I make the dean's list. I make the president's list. Before college, I was in the honor roll. I got first place, second place, this, ribbons, that. I won a trip to Disney World in the 7th grade for making a project from the Lewis Howard Latimer Academy that I attended. And I just did his invention, which was the burglar alarm. It was an open circuit, and that's how I like computers. So I don't know. There's so many additional things you need, but I'm used to it. I love it. The credentials aren't free, however, because of my track record with grades, my transcript, I'm always eligible for some type of a scholarship. When I first entered into the healthcare field, my job as a homemaker companion, they were like, okay, yeah, you're hired, you got the job, just make sure you wear scrubs. I said, scrubs? What's that? I didn't know what it was. So I called the healthcare academy, and they were like, yeah, a lady just came and dropped the bag off. Why don't you come and you can look through it and you can get whatever you want? And I said, great, because I need them, and I didn't have the money at the time. And so I went there and I picked out a couple of scrubs, and they fit me. It was as if the bag of scrubs were just for me. They fit perfectly, and then I went to work. And then so once I opened my business selling uniform scrubs, I decided to drop off bags of scrubs to the healthcare academy just in case someone needed them, couldn't afford them, or didn't know what they were in my case. And I could it's kind of like paying it forward. The healthcare academy gave me funds to go to the University of Bridgeport to get my CNA certification through Red Cross. I was eligible for a Walmart scholarship at the University of Bridgeport. I am on the merit. I get the merit scholarship for having a GPA over 3.2. That's how I afford it. I grew up in Bridgeport, yes I did. Born and raised here. Love my city to death. Don't want to move, but eventually I might have to buy a house in maybe Shelton or in Sonia. But Bridgeport is where it's at. There's so many different things happening here. Downtown Bridgeport, I think we're getting a casino now. We have Bass Pro, Starbucks, Chipotle. All these great things are happening here, and that's why that's why I started my business. It's actually my second business here. I had a pet supply store. And I sold fish, and that was downtown Bridgeport on Main Street. It was called Pet Station. But this is my city, man. Born here, I love it. Yeah. I think what would make the city more positive, it's not really building the new stores or bringing new things. It would be educating the people and making sure at one point they took after school programs away from the children. They brought it back, but it costs money, and before it was free. So those are all things that I think, changes in Bridgeport. But to make the city better is really focusing on the people. There are a lot more job opportunities. There's, like I said, a lot more businesses that have opened up. My mother, most especially, has inspired me. She's been my rock. I went through a really dark time at the end of my marriage. I was depressed. I was very sad. I dropped a bunch of weight. But she was like always, her and my dad always giving these positive words to me, for me. Even when I was going through the tough time in my marriage, all the jobs that I've had, all the jobs that I have, the thing that inspires me most importantly is just the fact that I don't want to not be something. I don't want to wake up at 50 with nothing. I can't even fathom it. So I want to own a house. I want my children to each have their own room. I want a nice car to drive so that I can feel like all of this hard work that I've put into this thing called life has actually paid off. And those thoughts are what inspire me.
You're gonna make me cry. Sorry.
I was gonna cry, but I held it back. Because it was such a dark time. Like, I swear to you, I was so sad. I literally was curled up under my bed in a ball in the fetal position just for months. Christmas by myself, Valentine's Day by myself, New Year's by myself, just sad. And you know what? It's time to stand up. It's time to get going, moving, doing what I have to do. Like I said, it's crunch time now. So, sayonara, ex-husband. My mom helped me with the children. I have places to go. I got to get there. I feel so positive about my future. It's almost like things I have begun. You know, you're supposed to put what you want into the universe. You're supposed to speak it into existence, right? So I've been speaking these things. I have a vision board and of the things that I like and the things that I want. And so it seems like things are aligning themselves perfectly. But it took a long time, don't get me wrong. But when you get to that point where things seem like they're going crazy and everything's happening wrong and it's all bad, and it's like, what can happen now? You gotta keep going. That way, once that request, that's what you've sown begins to sprout, once you begin to reap what you sow, it's great, you know? So I feel positive about my future. I've made changes to my truck. My kids are, the teacher told me, they're so much more focused. The end of last year, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if there was something happening at home, but they were just all over the place. But now they seem to be so much more focused. Keep up the good work. You know, I'm like, thank you. I have an honor roll student. I need a banner for my car. I got an honor roll student. My son I got an email from the teacher. Keep up his work. He's been doing so much better. He's completing his assignments. I don't know what you're doing. But what am I doing? I kept going. I didn't stop. So I feel, I am excited. I got my truck wrapped for my scrubs. It's a mobile scrub store. So I go to convalescent homes. I go to nursing homes and with my truck. There's a fitting room in there. There's register in there, cash register. There's racks of clothes. Like, things are lining up, let me tell you. And I'm happy about it. So, yeah, I feel great about my future. I feel great right now. When you walk outside and you take a left, there's a liquor store right there. If you take another left and go about 4 blocks down the road, there's another liquor store. And then if you take another left after that, across Park Avenue, there's another liquor store. And down the street, there's another one. And in front of most of them, you see these people that they're just there. My husband, actually, I brought him to the liquor store one day at 8:50. He waited there till 8:30. We waited there till 8:50, 9 o'clock. He just stood there. He just waited for them to open, and then he went to get his 6 nips of Captain Morgan, and he drunk it. And so And then here I am trying to take the liquor from him. Give it to me. Let me drink it. And I drunk some at 9 o'clock in the morning. My body couldn't handle it. The whole thing just was out on the ground. I said, how are you even doing this? So that fear stems from, and not just here, as a child growing up, living on the east side of Bridgeport. That's where I grew up at. Across the street from Hall Neighborhood House in the Roberto Clemente condominiums. You know, to see people, like, how do you get there? How did you make it to, why are you there? What happened? That's a lack to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's never too late to get started. It's never too late. You could be 50 and say, you know what, I don't want to wake up at 70 with nothing and get started. So, but the point is, you know, that is probably where that's come from. I see it every day, all the time. Patients come into the hospital. Young people, like 50. They're young at 50 still. But we have like alcoholism. They're like drunk and all over the place. Can barely walk. You know, you have these things going on with these people, and you're looking like, how did you get there? So I just, starting back then, my healthcare career, my journey, seeing everything that I've seen from childhood up, that's just a place where I just don't want to be. And that's where that fear stems from, I think. Yeah, I don't want to be there. Wanting to help the people here, being a caretaker, being here. This is my city. This is where I stationed my business. This is where I raised my children. So yes, this is where I want to inevitably heal or be a part of the healing process for the city. Definitely. Oh, for fun, I like to sing. I used to sing and rap, my hip hop thing. My stage name was Emerald Kennedy because my birthstone is Emerald and my mother's maiden name is Kennedy, so it's like Emerald Kennedy. And I do karaoke everywhere, all over Bridgeport. And then I go to New Haven, I go to Devon, the Pit Stop Fridays, yeah, sometimes. But I like to sing. And then I play pool, but I'm not a very good pool player. But I'll try, you know, I'll try. My dad is a crazy pool player. My brother's a crazy pool player. I wouldn't play with them. I wouldn't play with them at all. But right, exactly. So, but yeah, I like to play pool. You know, I'll go out, have a drink, wind down. Oh, I have game night at my house. We have ball games, bingo, Monopoly, Candyland. We do it all within Monopoly Junior because my daughter, she's 4, so she's learning how to count. Monopoly Junior is just with singles, so it's fun. That's all, like, it's fun stuff. And I like to go to things that happen at the arena. Like, I just went to the Marvel live show. That was great. It was awesome. And then Sesame Street Live is tonight. And then, so I like to go to shows. I travel to Playland in Rye, New York. I just like to go, I like to do a lot of different things. But I've never been to a comedy show. I have not, and then we have the Stress Factory here now too. So there's like a lot of stuff happening here, and I like to be a part of it, but that's what I do for fun. No, well, everybody sings there at the Kingdom Hall. Everybody sings there, and nobody's like extra special, I guess, at singing. But those who have a nice singing voice, you can hear them over the crowd. And I sing online. I sing in my shower. But no, we're professionally anymore. Yeah. It was the fact that I saw the flyer. I don't know where I saw the flyer, but I saw the flyer and I called the number, and so they offered that to me, and that's what made me go there. I wasn't working in healthcare, and I thought about it. When I saw the flyer, it made me think, do I want to do healthcare? It's funny because in high school, everybody went to be a CNA, and I'm like, CNA? Why would everybody want to do that? I'm going to go into computers. I'm not wiping old people, but like, that was my initial thing. So, but then when the flyer came back to me, I thought about my initial thoughts in high school, and then the flyer came, and I said, maybe let me give this a try. So that's how I started. What made me initially start as a homemaker companion and then apply to St. Vincent's, because in the process, like I said, homemaker companion, you don't need a license. So as I'm a homemaker companion, I was going to get my CNA certification. So honestly, I went through the first week of workshops at the Healthcare Academy. However, I did not get my nursing assistant's license certification from them. What made me apply to St. Vincent's is because from the experience at RE-Care, my first homemaker companion position, I was actually like, I like doing this. I like wiping old people. So then I said, and it's funny because you deal with the skin of the perineal area. So, and a lot of people don't clean that area very well, but I pride the fact that with all of my children, I never had a diaper rash. Okay? Just want to say that. And if I saw one forming, the way I clean is very thorough. And then when I applied that care, so that's what I do, and that's why I applied to St. Vincent's. And it's funny because my manager's name is Nicole, and she hired me. So I thought that was pretty cool too. And I that was something that I spoke into existence. When I become a CNA, I want to work in a hospital, and then it happened. And that's one thing people say about me. What you say you want, you actually do. A lot of people say they want things, and then they don't do it. They don't do them. So that's how I transferred from homemaker companion to CNA at St. Vincent's Medical Center.
What urged you to apply at a hospital? Was it the benefits? Was it the pay?
It was the fact that it was a dynamic environment where in home care, you have this one patient. You feed this one patient. This patient is asleep, you have nothing to do. And that's kind of gonna get pretty boring. But at the hospital, you have these amount of patients. This one is calling you, this one is calling you. This one wants a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, this one wants a pitcher of water. You're running there, you get your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. At the same time, you grab a little container to put your water in. You drop the peanut butter and jelly sandwich off, you leave the water outside the room, you come out the room, you grab the pitcher of water, you bring it to the next. So it's like Diner Dash. I love that. So that's why I applied to the hospital and wanted to work there. Mm-hmm. Well, my son's father to take my son when he was a little out of hand and I had to focus on school and I needed that time. Honestly, my ex-husband was a resource at a time because I had to go to class and I didn't have anybody to watch the children. He was there. My mom, because she takes the children. My son, because he's 16 now, and if I needed to go to the store, he would go to the store for me. I didn't have to leave the house or anything like that. My resources was therapy. I had to go to therapy for a while. I'm actually still in there. I have a nice coach, Alejandra, from Healthcare Academy, and she's helping me through things. And school, when I find somebody in school that doesn't know the material, it helps me to teach it to them. It helps keep it so that those people were also resources for me. You know, that was it. Many times. Hope has been felt like it's been lost many, many, many times over and over and over. But what keeps me going is this feeling of purpose in me. I have no idea now, the relying on people. So yes, there's been many times when things have felt like all hope was lost. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna get to this place that I envision myself. But again, this bubbling of purpose deep inside of me, in my stomach, in my head, in the back of my mind, is always making way. Especially at times when I just want to give up. I lost my business, my pet store. That was, bad. I felt hopeless, at that point. But gotta do it again. I gotta do it again. It's for a reason. It's for a reason. You gotta keep going. Yes. And I don't know what it is. You could say it's God. You could say it's some divine intervention. You could say whatever you call it. It's there and it's very strong in me. And that's what's kept me going. Especially the last one. I turn to the Bible real quick. I turn to the Bible and all I do is pray. I pray before I do everything. And that's when these things start to align, like I explained earlier. And it's great, but that is what keeps me going. That higher power, if you will, it's just there. Sometimes I say to myself, why do I feel like I want this thing? Why do I even care? Why can't I just be like the rest of these people, go hang out at the corner store, get me a bottle, go smoke some weed or something and just drink and just do what people are doing that are my peers? But I don't even know how people are content with living like that. It's just not my life. It's just not me. What I would say to anybody pursuing anything in the healthcare academy or otherwise is it's gonna get dark. There's gonna be times, trying times, that you're gonna feel like you can't make it. Don't, whatever you do, please don't stop. If you have that feeling of where you wanna be and you know for whatever reason you wanna do whatever it is that you wanna do, don't give up. You have to keep going. You have to keep pushing. Because the minute you give up, the devil won. You lost. Don't give up. You have to keep going. You're welcome.
So, if you guys don't mind, we're just going to do 1 minute of ambient sound. So, if you don't mind just being quiet, you guys can cut your cameras.